Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jefferies, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Oh, Jen, I'm bloated and my body has not just been the same since I hit menopause. What will I do? Yes, I'm asked that all the time. I really am. And I run a group called Rising Crone. So I'm really dealing with so many women through this whole menopause kind of time. And so it's a really common question. So I wanted to talk about it here today. So let's talk about some of the things that can be influencing you getting bloated during menopause in particular, but even other times in your life. So let's jump in. So it can be a result of fluctuating hormones, because during this time we can have an increase of estrogen to progesterone, and that can cause fluid retention, which can then cause bloating. So is it that? The good news is that you're less likely to experience bloating after menopause. Remember, menopause is one day when we celebrate 12 months without having a menstrual cycle. So the reality is we're all either perimenopausal or we are postmenopausal. I lost my period 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And so I am very much postmenopausal. So when we become postmenopausal, after we've passed that 12-month kind of mark, our ovaries stop making estrogen and progesterone. Well, progesterone is still made, but at a much lower level. And our body maintains a lower level of hormones. So that can move that hormone influence. So yes, it can be hormonal. The other causes that it can either be air retention or water retention. So gas bloating, farting, that big gassy buildup where maybe it wants to be moved with a fart is typically located in the stomach, and it's a result of trapped air. Now, if it's gas bloating, it can be prevented with things like eating slower, chewing our food properly, not drinking, soft drinks, sodas. Eating smaller and more balanced meals is really useful. Okay, so just slowing down, eating mindfully can be a way to move gassy kind of build-up-y, distended. Or is it fluid retention? Fluid retention is really, really, really common. So common, it's crazy. Now, you get like puffy hands and puffy feet or through that midsection throughout the day. Now, this is one that can totally be prevented. So fluid retention usually happens when people aren't having enough fluid. And I know that's going to do your brain in, because what happens mostly is when people start getting puffy hands, puffy feet, that might be a hot day, they're out exercising, whatever, and they go, ooh, I'm holding fluid, I'll have less fluid. No, it's not being hydrated enough that causes the problem. So what happens is that when our body isn't hydrated enough, our body produces extra lymph. Lymph is heavier than water. And so that's where it'll gather at extremities and it'll gather around a midsection, and you're feeling heavy or kind of bloated in the tummy. And it can be anywhere in the body, but particularly hands, feet, and belly. So if you are getting that kind of bloated, check out how much water you're having. Now, I've done it across so many podcasts. It's crazy, but we need about 33 ml per kilo per day of water just standing still. That's not operating and being a busy person and exercising or being in air conditioning or being in heating, whatever. 33 ml per kilo per day. Most people would benefit by having 1 glass of water an hour. 1 glass of water an hour makes a huge difference. So start there. If you're getting puffy hands, feet, as well as bloated in the tummy, go the water. Try that first, okay? Get your body operating efficiently. You might pee every hour and a half for the first couple of days, but your body's getting used to being hydrated properly again. So is it bloating? Is it air bloating? Is it gas bloating? Or is it weight gain? The difference is, and absolutely, some women can gain more weight around menopause time because of hormones causing that. Easy way to think of it, what's influencing? Is it hormones or what it is? If you're growing quick after a meal, it's not weight. It's not weight. The weight is more where you tend to stay that same kind of size and shape throughout the day, where short periods of bloating after meals, for instance, or being full and painful to touch, those kind of things are generally bloating from air, from water, from hormones versus weight gain, where weight gain comes and stays. Now, weight gain that happens during menopause can often be a result of the metabolism slowing with or without bloating. And go and check out podcast number 100, the last one, where I talk all about things that influence your metabolism and how you can get that working. Definitely. So yeah, weight gain alone doesn't cause the stomach to distend during the day. So if your belly is getting really full and really tight and getting bloated from air or water or hormones, we're wanting to do that. So I'm giving you 9 hacks to reduce or prevent bloating. Let's jump in. The first one is stay hydrated. I just talked about it. Water retention leads to bloating. We retain water because we're not having enough water. Yes, it's just strange, but it's true. And it's not about guzzling glasses of water. It's about constantly sipping about a glass an hour. Really hydrates the body well. The other benefit of being hydrated is that it's going to help to keep your gastrointestinal tract moving smoothly. We've got to move our body regularly. Now, just moving our body helps to pump the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system helps to move fluids around our body as well as we get our body being, it's like all our organs get massaged internally when we exercise. So giving the digestive system and all the body systems a massage like they're meant to have. We want to watch having triggering foods. So some foods that can cause gas retention, so getting a bit fartier, things like beans. And I'm vegetarian. I'm a big bean eater. But if your gut chemistry is in balance, that's not a challenge. And I'll talk about that in a moment. So, reduce or eliminate beans, broccoli, or fatty or fried foods. But because I like to come from a place of prevention, I'm big on making sure you've got enough digestive enzymes. So digestive enzymes are what determine, like if we don't, and I've done, again, plenty of podcasts on this, if we don't have the right gut chemistry, food kind of sits and broils instead of digesting. And that's where we can get a gassy buildup as well. So foods that are going to help you with that are things like kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit is the natural source of what's called betaine hydrochloride. It's the digestive enzyme that is needed for your body to be able to digest food properly. So I'm a big fan of having kiwi fruit regularly. The other foods that contain it are pawpaw and pineapple, but as soon as you cut a pawpaw or a pineapple, those enzymes are only live for about 15 minutes. And so kiwi fruit are the ideal fruit as a snack for if you are getting bloated. Now, we also want to watch carbonated drinks. So, soft drinks, sodas, whatever you want to call them, can also cause excess gas in the stomach. Not chewing gum. Oh my gosh. Chewing gum can actually cause people to swallow air. So if you're a consistent gum chewer and you're getting bloated, just for a week, 1 week, try it on where you don't go chewing gum and see how your gut responds. We need to reduce our salt intake because having too much salt can cause fluid retention and swelling. Salt is good in balance. Real salt. I've done a whole podcast on salt. Go back and check it out. Too much sodium, not real salt. Real salts are things like your Celtic salts and your pink salts, and they're close to nature. They haven't refined 80 of the minerals out and kept you just sodium and potassium. It actually contains all of the minerals in it. That imbalance is okay for you, but too many people have the white salts, just the sodium and potassium rich salt, and they will get you into trouble. So have a look at salt. Definitely reduce or eliminate. Eating probiotics, so foods like fermented foods like your yogurts and your sauerkrauts and the kefir, they're all probiotic foods which will help digestive health as well. I already talked about digestive enzymes for digestive health, and the other thing is then if you are bloated, ginger tea, fresh ginger or otherwise ginger and, just sliced up and brewed up with some hot water is excellent. Peppermint tea dissipates gas. Both of those will help to relax the digestive system and absolutely move that distension, that swelling that you can get when you're bloated. So if you are bloated, ginger or peppermint tea are an easy way to go to help relieve the symptoms. Now, true prevention is actually working on balancing your hormones if the hormones are in influence. So whether it is bloating or weight gain at this time, look behind. Is it hormones that you need more adaptogens, or is it enzymes that are needed for your digestive system? Is it that you need a glass of water? Tap into those 9 hacks. So the healthy life hacks for this episode is what's going on. Are you bloated? Do you think it's coming from water, gas, hormones, or weight gain? What is it? And what can you commit to reduce or eliminate and bring you to a place from prevention? And number 2 is what can you commit to reduce or eliminate, okay, that's causing the problem, or take or start eating or acting on to be able to come from a place of prevention and not wait to get bloated in the first place. That's it. So 2 simple healthy life hacks. What's going on? What are you going to bring in as a system to come from a place of prevention and not go down that path? If you want to get the show notes, head over to www.healthylifehacks.com.au. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review on Apple Podcast to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. And if you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below. Join my newsletter and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.